welcome to another art vlog. Today we're going to make a little sculpture, a little head sculpture. That little track that you just heard, that little intro, is actually the beginning for a composition for the character MERSEUS. So MERSEUS is a fictional character. You probably went like, MERSEUS? What's a MERSEUS, or who is that? It's not a real Greek mythological character or from any other mythology, at least as far as I know. But it's a fictional character from a book, Chronicles of a Myth, and I wanted to have a track dedicated to this guy, right? Because he's a very important figure, and I thought, okay, let's make a little sculpture just to experiment with this plasticine, I think it's called, clay. Now I'm trying to do the eyelids. It looks a bit hideous now. Just the eyeballs. I want him to smile, so it needs to be curved up. It's really like playing Play-Doh or something. Maybe not completely like that, but so when from the top you see it looks like a little bit like he's cringing or making some grimace, but from the bottom you can already see with the eyelids that he's smiling, that he's laughing. It's a broad laugh. This is going to be MERSEUS, Daedalus' friend. He has a bit of a broader build and almost no hair, but a huge beard. He's gonna have a very big beard once everything else is in place. It's a little bit in the later stages of the sculpture. So after getting the base right and the main features somewhat in place, then you can work on the details. Then you go more into detail mode. And it's all these fine tools, right? It's all these needle pointy tools. You don't have to use those. You can use any tool that you find lying around that just does the job, that basically fits for the work at hand. But it's definitely recommendable. From the little experience that I have with sculpturing, it's very handy. It's very useful to have these tools made for the craft. So that's now kind of the comedy version. Sticking the tongue out. I don't think I'll keep this way. It's like you have all kinds, these little spheres on both ends of a stick, where you can smooth out some little notches and little nooks, and you have these more pointy tools. So now we arrived back at home. Before we were meeting with my parents, and I was continuing the sculpture a little bit in the garden. And I just love it. You probably noticed, not hard to notice, but you probably saw with the other videos that I just love this combination of art and nature and being in nature and thinking about art or making art in nature and bringing those two together in a YouTube video. And I like this format, to be honest. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Yeah, here I'm rolling little, what do you call them? So I'm trying to make the material flat, rolling it out with my hands. You can just use your palms, and then taking these little strands, literally strands of clay, and place them on the head as hair, and then you embed them by smoothing and smudging around with all the tools, putting it into place and smoothing it out. And it's a slow process, especially the hair. And I was getting very impatient with the hair. I have to be honest. It's like the rest of the sculpture was a lot of fun, but the hair in the beginning it was a lot of fun, but and maybe in the middle when I realized how I can make some little twirls and making the beard a bit nicer. But yeah, towards the end, I think I was rushing it, and there's a lot of improvement that you can make with the hair. But still, I'm glad how it turned out in the end. Kettle, samurai kettle, and the obligatory walk on the grass. So this is now the finished one. MERSEUS. So if you see as a comparison, this is the size of my hand. It's not very big, the sculpture. But I wanted to try it in this scale instead of the usual normal sized. I think it turned out pretty nicely. I was happy with the result, if I'm being honest. And yeah, it's a nice little experiment, nice little art project. And without sounding too salesy, I want to end this video by saying, if you like my work, if you like this channel, if you want me to continue this art journey and this creative journey and to share my art and bring joy to hopefully a larger audience one day, that's my long-term goal. My short-term goal and my long-term goal are pretty similar. It's like making art, making music, diving into all kinds of creative fields and projects and sharing that with the world and being my true authentic self and basically expressing my inner child, in all terms. And if you enjoy this content, if you like my channel, if you like my music, if any aspect really, please consider supporting this channel by subscribing and by checking out my art prints on my website melmicart.com. There's a 10% discount at the checkout, and it's free shipping worldwide. I don't want any borders, any limitations, and I'm going to continue to pursue my dream. And if you want to be part of that, if you want to support me, then I would be highly honored. And thank you for watching.